everybody. Nate and I are going to show you how to make our spaghetti sauce today. This will be a two-part video because we are actually going to make the sauce today, and then in a separate video we're going to show you how we can it. We thought the process would be pretty lengthy if we tried to do it all at once. But for our sauce, we use these Mrs. Wages packages, and this just kind of helps to thicken it and adds a little more salt to it. But otherwise, I kind of messed around and did my own thing with this recipe too. We add a bunch of our own stuff as well. We add some onions. This is the first time I'm going to try to put a red onion in and see how that works with these other flavors. We have some garlic, Cajun bell pepper, and we're going to put a couple of these poblanos in. These will all get sliced and put on the smoker. But I wanted to show you our tomatoes. We have some Romas here and some Amish paste tomatoes. The Amish paste are kind of a mealy, more grainy tomato, and that's why I like to use these only in the sauce. But otherwise, the Romas are the best for this. We are going to do a double batch. So we are going to actually use two packages of Mrs. Wages for this. But you want to weigh these out. Since we're doing a double batch, we're going to do 12 pounds of tomatoes.
Yeah, each packet requires 6 pounds.
Yeah. So we're going to get all these in here and weighed up. The first batch of sauce we did the other day, we put quite a few of our slicer tomatoes in with the Romas and the Amish paste, and I found that with the slicer tomatoes, they have more of a liquid content, and it made the sauce a little more thinner than I like. But we're at just a little over 8 pounds. So I'm going to add a few more of these Amish paste tomatoes. I might throw a pink one in. We're going to have one slicer in there. So I'll do a few more Romas, I think.
You think you have enough tomatoes?
Yeah, we have had tomatoes like crazy this year. We've given a bunch of them away. But that's good. Okay, at 11 pounds, I think I might do one more Amish paste and call that good. Okay, so we have all of our tomatoes in here. We're going to wash these up, and we'll meet you outside at the smoker and slice these and get those on and going for you. Alright, so we are outside. I have sliced up our poblanos and our red onion. We're going to do a yellow onion in there, some Cajun bells, and we're going to put in 2 big cloves of our garlic, and I'm going to leave the skins on those just so the clove itself gets really soft. I've been slicing tomatoes. We're going to put in one of our big Cherokee carbons, and I actually had to quarter it. These got so big, but you can see the inside of those, how pretty they are. They turn like a purple color. And then I also had to quarter the pink because they got so big this year, but they're a really pretty pink color as well. But all the rest of these tomatoes are going to be Romas and Amish paste. This is an Amish paste. They've got really big this year too. So I'm just going to...
So before you put them on there, explain why we're putting them on the smoker.
So we do this on the smoker so the skins on the tomatoes will blister, and it's a lot easier to just be able to peel the skin off. But smoking these gives our spaghetti sauce a wonderful, rich, smoky flavor as well.
It is really good.
But we've experimented with this sauce recipe for a few years now.
A long time. You've got it mastered.
So, okay. I think that's pretty good. I'm going gonna take these vegetables over to the smoker. We have this set at
350. It's still
350. It's still going up, but we're gonna add these, and we're gonna do the vegetables all on one side, and then we'll do the tomatoes on the other side. We'll get the garlic on there, and these Cajun bells kind of have the heat of a jalapeno, and the poblanos are a little bit spicy as well.
I wish I was more help.
I'll get these tomatoes on here. And we just do it with the meaty side up so it kind of blisters that skin. These will stay on here. I don't know how many minutes do you think these usually take?
Like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Some of them blister quick, and some of them take a little longer.
Yeah, you just have to keep checking them. Once the skin is a little charred and you can kind of feel with the tongs that the tomato has gotten pretty soft, we just transfer them to a bowl.
This isn't like skinning tomatoes with boiling water and then putting them in a cold water bath. Since we're going to cook it anyway, you don't have to stop the cooking process.
Right. Okay, we have all the tomatoes and the vegetables on there. After these get nice and soft, we'll take them off the smoker and we'll head inside, and I'll show you how we grind everything up. Hi, we're back inside. Everything is off of the smoker. I've already done a couple batches through the food processor, but we have these little orange, I think they're called sunburst cherry.
Sun sugar.
Sun sugar, sorry. Cherry tomatoes. I like to add a handful or two into the sauce. They're a very sweet tomato, but I think it works really well. We've got all the vegetables taken off of the smoker. Everything is really nice and soft and has a good color. The poblanos, all the peppers shrink up quite a bit, but everything's really nice and pliable, and the little Cajun bells have some char on them, which I like in this sauce. So we're gonna put all of these vegetables in here with some of the tomatoes, and I kind of just break everything up to put in there. The garlic got super soft, so you can just kind of squeeze that out of the skin. And it smells wonderful. This garlic is my favorite. And the tomatoes are really soft, and you can see the skins starting to come off. So this just makes it really easy to tear those skins off. If you have a little bit of skin left on some of them, it's okay. Just kind of throw everything in there. But these tomatoes, the aromas and the Amish paste hold up really well after they get cooked on that smoker. And I actually, if there's a little bit of char on the skin of the tomato, I'll just add that just because I like the flavor of that. But this is a very messy process, as you can see, but it's well worth it.
It takes some time.
Yeah. Alright, so you see how easy that skin came off of these tomatoes, so everything just gets dropped in the food processor. And I don't like to process this for very long because I like the sauce to be a little more chunky. So we're going to get this going. And I'm going to check this. See how all those peppers and everything. I'm going to do this one more time just for a few seconds. And that should be good. So once this is done and everything's processed, you can see we use a stainless steel pot, and we just kind of pour everything into this pot. And again, this is a double batch of this sauce. So we're gonna get this over to the stove. And since this is a double batch, each Mrs. Wages pouch calls for 6 pounds of tomatoes, and we have 12. So we're gonna add 2 pouches to this. And it calls for a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So again, double batch, I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup. And that can just go right in there. And give it a good stir. I'm going to put this on a medium-high heat to start with. But just, you can either stir this in or kind of whisk it up. But you can see the consistency is a little chunky, but it's a little thin. This will take probably, I don't know, we've left it on anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Just kind of let it reduce down and thicken up. But that is it for the sauce. So stay tuned for our next video. We're going to show you the canning process for this sauce.